So, the end of the world is there. Is there anything else around here to help myself to? Yeah, there's a little bit of loot here. We don't want to pass that up. Viridium. And Specialist Crest. What is this stuff? Why is there no description of it? It disturbs me so. Oh, I could loot this one as well. 62 gold and Blood Lotus. It's just an herb. What's up here? Loot. Well, that's what I'm looking for. Loot. 82 gold. Nice. Holy cow, look at this guy. That's a mighty large head you're holding there in your hand there, buddy. Huh, I wonder what that signifies. Oh, this is pretty neat here, too. I like that. I like this one right here. That is really cool. I like that. Okay, any more loot around here for us looters? What's up with that guy? I don't know if he's asking for a handout or panning for gold. I don't know. Loot. Is this loot I missed earlier? It's not like me to miss loot. Okay. Well, I guess that's that. I guess I can't get over there. I find that odd because it shows up on my map as if it were a place to go. What's this right here? Is that a door? What is that? Oh, there's some steps there. Maybe it's just for looks. But it is odd to me that it shows up on the map as if it were a place I could go. Yeah, I'm gonna say that I guess I can't really go there. Huh. Alright. Well, I'm gonna say that there might be nothing else here that I'm interested in. Didn't I open this door before? Or was it a different door that looked exactly like it? Alright, let's get the heck out of here. I wonder where this will take us. Oh, I guess I'll just take us. I hate that gate! I'm gonna shoot it. Back to the world map. Let's go back to Haven. And we'll have a little chat with our party and maybe get to know this Sarah person a little bit more. Solus. Cassandra, I understand your first order of business must be to investigate this bizarre breach in the sky and protect people from the demons descending. While my search continues, I wish to draw your attention to a new arrival at our camp, an elven apostate calling himself Solus. Solus entered the camp voluntarily. Man. I wish it would keep showing it even on this screen. I mean, why go to a blank screen? But anyway. And here we are back at Haven in the Frostback Mountains. Oh, okay. I thought those guys were going to attack me. Is that Cassandra over there? I haven't spoken to her in a while. Let's go see what she has to say.
It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
What do you want to know?
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
You don't know?
I thought you knew that.
I suppose I could ask Liliana. She has collected a frightening amount of information on you. But I don't want to ask her. I want to hear it from you.
Sure, I don't care if she knows where I'm from.
I was born in Ostwick, and that's where most of my family is.
The Trevellians, is it not? A large clan with a rather clever coat of arms. Tell me, do you consider the Free March as your home? Are you eager to go back?
Well, the Free March is kind of crazy, but I don't know how he feels. Let's see, eventually perhaps.
I might, once this is done.
It will not be the same once you do.
I think she likes me. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
Oh, a little heart shows up. I'd like us to be closer. Just being friendly. Suspicious, aren't you? Just tell me. I'm just being friendly.
No motivation beyond making things between us less...
Antagonistic?
Exactly.
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pentecost, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lord.
Why are you calling me my lord? You work for the Divine?
So you were the right hand to the Divine?
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker. I will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life. My reward was becoming her right hand.
You know, what is a right hand anyway? Why is that a star?
But what does a right hand do exactly?
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Liliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
Well, you believed in her.
You thought she could really change things?
Justinian knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to break a bone so it can be reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
So how did you become the right hand?
So what's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andraste, do you really want to hear that? It was, what, 18, 20 years ago? Some still discuss it like it happened yesterday. The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
Oh, you're being modest.
I'm sure you're just being modest.
I was there. I think I know what happened. To hear others tell it, I alone saved Divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent to assault the Grand Cathedral. Rather impressive for such a young seeker, wouldn't you say?
And the truth is?
I stumbled upon a conspiracy to kill Beatrix. A Templar Knight Commander was at its heart, and there was a dragon battle at the Grand Cathedral that I had help from loyal mages who rallied to the cause. They freed the dragons from magical control. Without them, the Divine and I would both have died. Yet I became the right hand, and they are forgotten.
You're delightful. What became of the mages?
What happened to the mages that helped you?
They went back to their circles, with rewards and privileges and most holy gratitude. Many of them died at the conflict.
Alright, I'm not following this little love storyline, so we're gonna move on. You know, it is impressive.
An impressive tale. I can see why people enjoy telling it.
Just wait till they start telling stories about you.
Just you wait. So, you said you were Navarran royalty?
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pentaghasts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentaghasts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
Is that why you left Navarra?
And you joined the Seekers to get away from them.
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pentaghasts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
Oh my gosh, what happened to your brother?
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
Alright. So, tell me a little bit about Navarra.
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus I did not see Navarra, the real Navarra, until much later. By then I realized I knew it not at all.
What about your parents?
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family, and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a mortalitasi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
What the heck is a mortalitasi?
Your uncle was a mortalitasi.
A death mage. He still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead, they bury them in special crypts. The mortalitasi supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the grand necropolis. Navarrans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
Hey, it was nice chatting with you.
I'll let you get back to work.
Yeah, whatever it is you were doing. So, let's see here. I wish I had an easier way to get to the Codex. I'm sure there's a button for it, but I don't remember what it is. Let's see. What did I unlock here? I unlocked... Was it a tail? I don't think it was a tail. Characters? No, not crafting materials. I said characters. Don't think I've read this, so since we just spoke to her, let's read this. Lord Seeker Lucius, I am fully aware of the intent behind your predecessor's declaration. Lord Seeker Lambert pried the Templars away from Chantry control and led them into an assault upon all mages for reasons you both find justified. I, however, am uncertain when the Seekers of Truth went from guarding against injustice to perpetrating it. If you truly believe that is not the case, I suggest you look out a window at the chaos this war has caused and ask yourself if Thedas will recover even if you are victorious. I remain at Divine Justinian's right hand, and will stay there even if you brand me traitor. I am sorry, but there is too much at stake to swerve from the path we willingly followed at the Chantry's foundation. From a letter by Seeker Cassandra Pentagast to Lord Seeker Lucius Corin, Dragon 939. Okay. And then there was something about the Seekers of Truth. Let's see. Here's something about the Pentagast. She's a Pentagast. Allow me to correct you on one important point, my friend. The Pentagasts are Navarra. Without us, this nation would either still be one of the motley city-states that comprise the Free Marches, or under Arlesian control. More likely the latter, as only Navarra's strength holds back the Empire's expansion, and by that I refer to the brilliance of Pentagast generals and the influence of Pentagast coin. I find it interesting that you mentioned dragon hunting as our only significant trait. You do understand, I hope, that dragons disappeared centuries ago, only recently returning at the beginning of this age? Some of our clan have taken up the old trait out of nostalgia, my cousin Ferdinand the most prominent among them, but those days are largely done. Today, there are 14 branches of the family, 18 if one counts our relations among the Van Markhams, each consisting of multiple families and twisting bloodlines connecting us to almost every major house across Thedas. I am fully aware that King Marcus wanes in health, and neither he nor Ferdinand have children, but make no mistake, there will be another Pentagast sitting on the Navarran throne, and that man or woman will lead us into a prosperous future. There will be no civil war. From a letter by Baroness Alia Pentagast, Dragon 938. Seekers of Truth. Disciplined, severely, without question. Even the Knight Commander bows to their will. If a Seeker of Truth shows up, you know every last Templar is sweating, hoping their gaze doesn't fall on him. Of course, that changed when the Navarran Accord was broken. I'm told the Chantry broke it, but it was Lord Seeker Lambert who made the announcement. He said the Seekers of Truth and the Templar Order were going to hunt down rebel mages, no matter what the Divine commanded. I didn't know he had that authority, that he could just say we would do this and everyone would follow, but we did. I never thought of it that way, but the Seekers have always been our guides. Now they've led us into war. From a letter written by Sir Jonathan Parry, 940, Dragon. So now we know a little bit more about Cassandra, her family, and where she's from. There's somebody else over here. Oh, Cullen. Oh, excuse me, gentlemen. Okay, pardon me. Sorry about that. Sorry, pardon me.